Welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. As you can tell, I have not changed the name of the show yet. I don't know exactly what I want to name it, what I want to do, so I'm not really worried about that at the moment. But I do want to get some information out in a series of videos this week. So, this first one, we're going to talk about what happened to CEO Brian Thompson of United Health last week, and about the fact that a person of interest has been arrested in the case. Now, I saw a lot of people with their pearl clutching once again over an event that took place involving a rich person. But you know what I don't see? I don't see that same energy coming to when a school gets done that way. When we lose 20, 30, 40 children. When somebody decides to bring their little pew pews into a school. But I saw these people clutching their pearls, complaining and whining that somebody had the audacity to do this to a rich person, to a billionaire. It's like the children of America who aren't the children of rich people. They don't matter. But the moment a CEO is pew pew, all of a sudden there's a problem. All of a sudden that is a threat to American life. I saw this happening on liberal sources and from conservative sources alike. Oh my God! How dare they shoot a CEO? How dare they shoot a CEO? They ask. Now, I'm not going to say that I condone this because I don't. I do not condone violence. I just don't. But how can someone sit there and act as if they don't understand how this could have happened? Now, we don't have a whole lot on the shooter right now. Just that he believes that the CEOs in America deserved it. Right? It doesn't seem to me that he was really done with that one guy. Because they found him with a handwritten manifesto, and they found him with the firearm that he used to do the shooting. That is, if this turns out to be the same guy. But last I heard, they do believe this is the guy. But it seems like it was a manifesto his manifesto was full of stuff about his disdain for American corporations. We'll learn more as they go through this small little essay of his. But the fact is, there's a reason people didn't really care for the most part, right? I saw some people celebrating. Well, I don't think you need to be doing that either. But to be all shocked that it happened, not that they're not even shocked that it happened, right? But there's a reason people in this country didn't care. Why people basically were indifferent to it. Why some of the initial people they talked to didn't give them any information hardly. Because most people were like, we don't care. They don't care about us. We don't care about them. And they're missing the fact that there is a class warfare in this country that people are ignoring. People at the top, like Brian Thompson, who don't have to worry if they get sick, right? Because everything will be covered because they have millions upon millions of dollars, are making decisions that kill Americans every single day. Brian Thompson and United Health have signed the death warrants of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Americans by denying basic care, by denying cancer treatment, by denying treatment for other things that could easily be cured. I was talking to a gentleman the other day who talked about his United Healthcare and how he had prostate cancer. And United Healthcare would not cover it because he didn't, quote, have the right plan. So don't tell me that you don't understand why this is happening. Because it means one of two things. Either you're completely ignorant or you don't know how to read a room. How are people surprised that something like this would happen? You don't have to condone it to understand it. I'm dealing right now as my mother is dealing with um, a severe health issue, and doesn't seem much is getting done about it. I can understand the frustration and the anger that somebody would feel that would drive them to do this, even though it's something I would never do. Now, I feel sorry for the guy's family, and I feel sorry that he lost his life. But how could anyone not understand how it happened? Now, I saw somebody that was talking earlier today on Facebook that I was talking to who discussed, there was mentioning that, you shouldn't resort to violence. And I agree. I don't believe in vigilante justice, but I do find it interesting. The day before that happened, the day before the shooting of the CEO, Anthem Blue Cross in 3 states announced that they were going to put limits on how much anesthesia they would pay for. And it started a giant brouhaha, right? The very day after the shooting, guess what happened? They backtracked and said they weren't going to put limits on how much anesthesia they'll pay for. But we've got to find something that instills that same kind of visceral fear to get change. I don't know if that's a massive protest, sit in at their buildings. I don't know, because I can't condone violence, even though I understand exactly why somebody would be pushed to that point. I think we've all known somebody who has lost a family member or a friend because they were denied cancer treatment or some other healthcare cure for the disease they had. And I don't want to hear this, oh, well, everyone's going to die, so, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It matters to the people that are left behind. It's very possible that this guy that they believe is the shooter has lost somebody in his family due to a United Healthcare situation or denial. Over the last week, I've seen over and over again families recounting how they lost loved ones because of how United Healthcare denied them treatment. Even people that had top tier health plans. So no, I don't condone it, but I understand it. But this is just showing you that there is a rage go in the underbelly of this country right now. Not a rage about Donald Trump. Not a rage about, you know, LGBTQ versus cisgender and straight people or races. No, no. The rage is across the board, left to right, when it comes to corporate America. These are the people that literally want to live by the phrase, for the poor anyway, that literally pee on Americans and then tell us that it's rain. That's what they're doing. They're taking all their corporate tax cuts and buying up all the little companies, paying hundreds of millions of dollars in advertisements every year, yet they can't be bothered to take care of someone's cancer treatment. This is definitely a class war between the working class and poor and the billionaire class. That is what's going on here. And there's no other way to put it. That is what is happening. And except for this one thing, this one time, the billionaire class is winning. And it's very possible this guy took an Aerosmith song to heart. Because nobody should be denied health care. Nobody should be denied life-saving treatment. I believe every health plan in America should be required to cover all cancer treatments. Period. End of story. Whether that's a private insurance or government-funded insurance. When it comes to like Medicare, I believe every treatment should be available to people on Medicare. Every treatment. I don't care if it's an experimental treatment that is a last-ditch effort to save somebody from lung cancer, or if it is a common treatment for something like prostate cancer. I feel that should be the case for all insurance. I believe they should be required to cover every treatment possible to cure you of cancer. And until something like that exists, you're going to keep having this happen. And people may not resort to violence, but you're going to see protests. You're going to see more disruption of daily activities for these companies. But don't be surprised when something like this happens. There's no reason to clutch your pearls and be like, "Oh my God, this happened. I can't believe it." You can't believe it. The only people that don't believe it or can't believe it are members of the billionaire class. Those are the only people that are going to really care. But don't ask me to care about the safety of CEOs when we don't even care about the safety of children in schools. Anyways, thanks for watching.